Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Tuesday, 11th October 2016. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. We begin with this update on the efforts by the Ministry of Health in the fight against Zika. The ministry continues with its efforts to fog communities and in particular Charlestown and the surrounding areas as that has emerged as the suspected hotspots of Zika in Nevis. Wednesday 12th, Upper Stony Grove, Thursday 13th, Lower Stony Grove, and Friday 14th, Ramsbury. Please note that fogging starts at 4:30 p.m. daily. Residents are requested to open your windows so that the fog can get indoors and kill the adult mosquitoes. Persons with respiratory conditions such as asthma are asked to leave the area for a few hours. In addition to home visits by vector control officers, there are a number of precautions that can be taken to prevent mosquitoes from biting persons.
It's transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. The Aedes aegypti mosquito is a mosquito that lives in and around our homes. So we have to control our Aedes aegypti population, right? So basically assist in source reduction, eliminating mosquitoes from inside and around your home. You know, all the necessary precautions such as wearing long sleeved clothes as they can, light colored, long pants, light colored, and using mosquito repellent and sleeping on the nets, okay, and staying indoors where you have screens, okay. So take all the necessary precautions, pregnant women, not to get bitten.
The ministry encourages persons to tune into local media for continuous updates or visit your nearest health center or the environmental health unit for further information. Yesterday, Monday, the Ministry of Education facilitated the local leg of the court-sponsored OECS reading competition. Yesterday's competition was among students representing 10 primary schools on the island. The students competed in 2 zones.
For the past 8 years, Courts has partnered with ministries and departments of education throughout the OECS territories. And what they have sought to do is to bring reading into the school into a fun and innovative way. And so they have organized with the ministries and the departments to host the reading competition because they want children to understand that reading is not just for school alone. It's for the entire community, the entire society, the entire world.
Mrs. Terrace Dorr is the education officer coordinating the exercise on Nevis, and she was excited that the 10 students had the opportunity to compete. In Zone 1 were Montessori Academy, VOJN Primary, Charlestown Primary, St. James Primary, and St. Thomas's Primary, and their competition took place at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall. In Zone 2, there was the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary, Nevis Academy, Maud Cross Preparatory, Ivor Walters Primary, and the Joyce and Libert Primary.
Today's activity is just the preliminary round. In this round, we're going to have 2 students, one from Zone 1 and one from Zone 2, who will go on to St. Kitts to represent. And that competition will be the local competition. There will be 2 students from Nevis, 4 students from St. Kitts. Out of those 6 students, 1 will emerge winner to represent the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis in the regional competition. And we are hoping that the regionals can be in Nevis this year. And so at the regional level, then we'll have 1 child emerging winner between St. Kitts Nevis, Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Vincent, Antigua and Barbuda. And so I encourage you students this morning to do your best. Do your best to win in your zone. And when you go on to represent in St. Kitts, do your best to win the federal or the local leg so that you can go on to represent in the regional leg. And do your best there as well so that you can come out on top. I know you have worked hard. So I know you are prepared, and I know you're excited. And so I want to wish you well. To the 5 participants, I wish you all the luck in the world. And don't let it be an easy competition. Give the judges an challenge.
Following the 2 rounds of competition, Chief Statistician Lawrence Richards revealed the scores.
In third place, VOJN, 266 points. Elizabeth Pemberton Primary with 276 points. And Nevis Academy with 284 points.
The judges for the 2 rounds of competition were Avril Richards Williams, Kevin Barrett, and Donis Wilkinson Keynes. The technical staff at NEVLEC this week are undergoing some training in basic hydraulics. The training is being done by Mr. Carlos Simon of Argo American, the vendors for the utility trucks operated by the Nevis Electricity Company. Mr. Ian Ward, the transmission and distribution manager, explained how the training came about.
As management team saw a need for specialized training with our hydraulic vehicles, our aerial devices, the bucket trucks, crane trucks, and also the digger derricks. We feel as though that with these in place and the expertise at hand, we'll have more years, better years of reliable vehicles to do our daily operations in transmission and distribution.
General Manager Jervin Swanston was happy that the staff is receiving specialized training, especially as it comes on the heels of a training session conducted last month. He further urged the trainees to learn as much as possible.
Now what we are doing here by training you guys, we are doing 2 things. We are making you feel a part of the operation. If you are trained on the equipment, you are going to look after them a little bit better, and they can serve us a lot longer than we have previously done. So we are asking you to be attentive. Training is going to be both in-house, that is classroom, and outside. We are going to be training not just the mechanics, but the guys who actually operating the equipment. And so we are asking you to ask Carlo as many questions as you can possibly ask him. He is only here for a short time, and his only business here is to train us. So get as much from Carlo as you possibly can.
Lending support at the opening ceremony were Minister responsible for utilities, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, and the Chairman of the Nevis Electricity Company Board of Directors, Honorable Farrell Swithin, who both implored the staff to learn as much as they can and to implement the best practices. Mr. Simone had previously worked for Altec, which is a company that manufactures the equipment, and now works for Argo American, which sells and distributes the same equipment.
So the course will review inspection of the truck prior to work, review the best practices on how to operate the equipment. Altec does not teach how to work on hotlines. That would be lineman instructor would be into that type of job. But we certainly at Argo American, when I was with Altec, tried to review the operation of the equipment, care, preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, troubleshooting, and of course we are always at your disposal for any inquiries on diagnostics or anything you wish to know about the equipment.
It is envisioned that this training would both enhance the output of NEVLEC and increase efficiency of the staff. Still to come?
The Nevis Tourism Authority will, for the second year, host the Nevis Travel Symposium of Romance.
The details after this break. Welcome back. Students and teachers from some of the primary schools on the island will be benefiting from a pilot project being funded by the Basic Needs Trust Fund and designed to improve science. At a short ceremony last Friday, a number of items were presented to the Ministry of Education for various schools. Education Officer Shefton Liebert chaired the short ceremony. Science Coordinator from the Ministry of Education in St. Kitts, Alston Strawn, was also in attendance at Friday's handing over and highlighted the importance of this initiative. According to the officials, this is the second phase of the project, with the first being exposure to teachers to the equipment and training them in their use. BNTF representative on Nevis, Alston Pemberton, made some remarks about the fund, which was established in 1979, and its importance for the community. Permanent Secretary Keith Glasgow, during the ceremony, made the official presentation to the Ministry of Education officials of the micro-science kits. The vote of thanks was delivered by Principal Education Officer Pawsey Wilkin. In related news, the Basic Needs Trust Fund is in the process of rolling out a number of projects in education for the 7th and 8th chapter of the program. That was Mr. Alston Pemberton of the BNTF. The Nevis Tourism Authority will next week be hosting the second edition of its Travel Symposium of Romance. The event, which is planned for October 17th to 21st at the Four Seasons Resort Hotel, will seek to bring together industry partners, both local and international.
We would have recognized that romance is a big thing on Nevis, whether it's weddings, honeymoon, or celebrating anniversary. And we just want to capitalize on this opportunity presented to us as a destination. For this Travel Symposium of Romance, we will be hosting up to 25 travel agents and journalists from North America. While on Nevis, they will participate in a number of activities, some general sessions at Four Seasons. They will be discovering the romantic attributes of Nevis through a number of site visits. And they will also get the opportunity to witness a mock wedding and participate also in a romance expo, which is a trade show of all things romance on Nevis.
Devon Liebert is the Director of Sales and Marketing with the Nevis Tourism Authority, and he noted that local business persons have been invited to participate in the week-long activity.
Persons such as cake makers, wedding planners, hairdressers, photographers, decor, and florists, floral arrangers. And these persons are going to have booths set up at the Four Seasons Resort. And our travel agents and journalists who are here to participate in this expo will get an opportunity to interact on a one-on-one basis with these professionals on Nevis who provide these services to the romance market.
Unlike last year, the event is open to Nevisians who are interested in seeing what Nevis has to offer in the romance market. Interested persons are asked to get in touch with the Nevis Tourism Authority for more information and book their spaces, as it is limited. Further, the planners of this year's symposium have invited 2 guest speakers. One is Mr. Keith Powell, a business revivalist, and the second is Miss Sandy Malone, who is a wedding planner. And that's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing. Good night.